Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's City Council meeting. At this time, I ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Councilman Kazarian?
Here.
Councilperson Obasi?
Here.
Councilperson Solano?
Present.
Councilperson Figueroa? Councilperson Baena? Absent. Councilperson Rosado Martinez? Absent. Councilperson Perry?
Present. Will all please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone.
Next item on the agenda is public comment. Is there anyone up for public comment? Yes, we have Mr. Thomas Lazare.
Is the paper back there?
No, I forgot to print it. I apologize.
Good evening, members of the council. My name is Thomas Lazier. I contend I live at 1072 Lonsdale Avenue in Central Falls. I have lived in the city of Central Falls since 1953. I have resided at 1072 Lonsdale Avenue since 1986. I have not resided at any other address. I have continually lived there. I have voted from that address continually for the entire duration of my time of voting. I came to this council, I believe in May, to contend that the city doesn't consider me a resident, a homestead, a resident of 1072 Lonsdale Avenue. I contested it then. In January, I received a letter regarding my homestead to verify. I went into the tax assessor's office to verify. At that time, I did not have the registration of the autos, but I provided about 12 copies, which I think I gave you a letter from March of that time, which I wrote to the assessor. I followed up by talking to the assessor, the clerk. I came to the city council after that complaining. I, in June, received my tax bill. I went to the assessor's office to find out that I did not receive a homestead exemption. I contested it then, as I contested it in March. In June or July, when I paid my tax bill, I paid my tax bill as required under the filing of appeal. I paid my bill first quarter. I wrote a letter in that time in July, contesting the denial of my homestead exemption. I asked to have it appealed. I was given a form at that time to sign. I signed the form and attached it to the letter for requesting appeal that I provided. I gave it to the clerk's office. Did not hear from the clerk's office. I did not receive any notice of appeal. I wasn't notified to appear for any appeal. I came in for the second quarter tax payment in October. I submitted another letter complaining that I have not received my appeal on contesting the denial of my homestead exemption. A week or two later, I received a certified letter stating that your appeal was denied in July or so, and that I did not appeal in time. They sent a copy of a letter that was sent, I never received. I've been contesting and appealing this since March. I would not follow up to appeal my denial of my homestead exemption, which I've lived here all my life. I'm disturbed at the lack of, I'm not sure how to phrase it. The dealing with the tax assessor's office has not been with him. That's that I've spoken to him a number of times. I have not spoken to him since prior to the first tax came out. I did speak to the clerk there. I filed the form that was given to me to appeal. Then I'm told through a letter I received a week and a half ago that my appeal was denied, and I was so notified at that time. I was not. I've been waiting to be notified to appear before the appeals board to contest my denial. I did not want to engage legal counsel because I thought this was a simple procedure that was evident that I am a resident of Central Falls. I have continually lived at that address. I have provided countless information and documents showing that I reside there. I provided a copy of my insurance policy which lists my automobiles as residing at that location and paying insurance on that location. I provided copies of my Social Security, which is sent, my Medicaid, my state pension, my bank account. I spoke to the city clerk to document the number of elections that I have voted in, the number of elections that I have been elected to office on in the last 5-10 years, which he said that he could provide. I am confused that an individual working in the city of Central Falls cannot verify that I live at that address when I'm receiving mailing to this meeting tonight to my home address as a liquor board, within the liquor board, to contest if I wish to appear regarding a liquor license. I received senior snow shoveling from the students in the city because I'm a resident and a senior over 60 or 55, I'm not sure. I provided many other documentations. Some of you have come to my house during a campaign to ask me for support. I live at that address. I answer the door at that address. I have not lived at any other address. For me to go to court right now to prove that I live in Central Falls and I am a homestead or a legal resident owning property which I live at, I'm amazed that this honorable body, members of this city administration, cannot verify that I live at the address that I state I do live at. I have every year received a homestead exemption since it was implemented. I think during my administration we instituted the homestead exemption. I came to the clerk's office to request to appear before the city council on the agenda because I had other things to discuss. I was advised that I could come and speak under public comments. There are other things I would like to discuss, but your limit of 3 minutes or 5 minutes is not sufficient enough to discuss everything that I would like to discuss. I bring it to your attention again. I've been looking, I get the notices of the Secretary of State's office of meetings. There have been 2 appeals board meetings, and I have not been invited to either one. I've been told that I received a certified letter telling me that my homestead exemption, I was denied. I've never appeared before the appeals board to deny. I filed my paperwork in July. I filed my complaint with you. I filed it with the assessor's office in March and in July, and again in October when I paid my second quarter taxes. I contend this is wrong, and I hope that you would do something about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter. First of all, I think the next, if you're told that the appeals board is the place to go, I think that's your first stop. However, we cannot override the appeals board, I would think.
I haven't been notified by the appeals court, Mr. Chairman.
And I understand it's optional, our tax assessor is here. If you want to come up and contest it, that's fine. I don't want to get into a shouting, shoving match here. I want to say a few words. Thank you for being here, Brian. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. Obviously I'm aware of this issue. So just to explain a little bit, of course, the first step is an appeal to me, not to the board. So that denial from July was a denial from my office. The next step after you receive that denial is to go before the board, should you wish. So in July, we sent out my denial letter, and it appears, for whatever reason, he may not have received that. Those were previously sent first class. We have made changes in my office. They're all now going to be sent out certified to ensure that they are received, but I can tell you the standard amongst all the other assessors is these are typically just sent out first class. Some of these offices receive thousands of these every year, and so to send them all out certified would be a financial burden. Here, of course, we do not receive all that many, so we are going to be sending them out certified from now on. The issue, of course, is under state law. Once I've denied it, you have 30 days to request to go before the board, and that is all enshrined in Rhode Island general law. So given that by 30 days passed at the end of August, no request was received to go to the board, he became time barred from going forward to the board. And so that's what I explained in the letter I sent him certified to ensure he received it a couple weeks back.
Do you know when the next Board of Appeals meeting is?
Next Monday, for the cases that have been requested before it, which I believe there's 3 this time.
Does Mr. Lazier still have an opportunity to go before that appeals board, or is that time expired? Or?
So Matt can speak to this possibly, but my understanding is that after the 30 days, state law bars any further appeal, and so it's not really my authority to extend that deadline.
This item is not on the agenda, so I do not feel comfortable speaking about it.
Yeah, thank you, that.
I'd be happy to.
None of us here knew this was actually the time this spoke on public comment. Could you possibly look into that over the next few, tomorrow, and
Yep.
if he's allowed to?
Yeah, of course, under open meeting, he definitely could not be at Monday's board. There wouldn't be enough time to get it on the agenda and everything, but if needed, we can certainly hold another meeting in December. So I'll follow up with Matt on that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Here you go. Next item.
Next on the agenda is approval of records, meeting minutes from October 11, 2023, council meeting.
Has everyone thumb through the minutes of the meetings that are on the agenda?
Yes.
Any problems with any of the minutes? Okay, motion by Councilman Solano to approve. Second by Raphael. We have a first and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda under executive communication, consideration of appointment by Mayor Maria Rivera of Josiane Oliveira to the Central Falls Juvenile Hearing Board. Is Ms. Josiane here?
Hi, good evening. I think, has everyone looked at her resume?
Yes.
Very impressive. Anyone have any questions?
Could you please say your name for the record, please?
Absolutely. My name is Josiane Oliveira.
Have you served on the board before?
No, this will be my first visit.
Will be part of the people that cooperate with the citizens of the youth board.
Go ahead. Anyone else?
No, just thank you for volunteering on our boards and representing the city of Central Falls.
Cosby.
We have a motion by Councilman Solano to approve. For a second.
Second?
Second by Kevin Raphael. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Motion
That's
passes
all.
5-0.
Thank you for taking that.
Thank you.
That was easy.
Next item on the agenda under executive communications, item B, consideration of appointment by Ms. Maria Maria Rivera of Elizabeth Gonzalez to the Central Falls Juvenile Hearing Board. Gonzalez.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Has everyone reviewed the application? Any questions of the applicant?
Just want to thank you for serving me in the city.
Exactly. I second that.
We again have a motion by Councilman Solano, Councilman Kazarian, second. All, we have a third. All-
Nobody have taken motion, nobody has.
No, I think Councilman Solano was
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Chair votes aye. See,
Motion
that's,
passes
that was.
5-0.
That's right. If you win.
The next item on the agenda under executive communication is Department Financial Reports for October 2023, City Clerk's Office, Police Department, Department of Public Works, Fire Department, and Finance Department.
Anyone have any questions regarding the reports from the various departments?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Raphael?
it's, the fire department, I do have it, I just revived, I see the smoke detector inspection is there on 1,200, and I know that's a mistake, because they're only 200. If you look at it, the total in the bottom is 11,000, it's because $1,000 over, and it's supposed to be only $210. So if you multiply 30 by 7, it's going down to 210. So that's a little mistake. Notice?
Is Mary here?
I'm here.
Uh,
I'm here. This report is prepared by the fire department, and it does look like there is a calculation error, but the books within the city are correct, so I will note that to them.
Okay.
Thank you, Mary.
Yep.
Thank you.
Can I ask a quick question?
Oh, of course.
So I noticed that this is an
really a financial question, but we've had police a representative at every meeting since we've brought concern to having a representative from fire and police, so kudos to the police department for coming forth. Is there any reason why we're not having a representative from the fire department at these meetings, since we've brought it up several times?
I will certainly address that with
Thank you.
Chief Mello and ensure that someone's always here.
Okay, thank you.
Kevin, did you have a question on?
No, I did not have a question, thank you.
Okay, motion to accept the department reports. Motion by Councilman Solano. Second by Raphael. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda under executive communication, letter D, Department financial reports from September 2023 for the fire department.
I think we just discussed the only that they had, correct?
I believe that was for the October financial. This is for September. They didn't submit one last month.
Oh,
So
that's
they get this month.
okay, yeah, okay. That clears it up, I don't know whether it was not here. Does everyone catch that?
Yes, thank you.
Any questions regarding item B? Seeing none, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by, Councilman Deserving to approve. Second by Franklin Solano, and all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, item 6, new business. Item A, under new business, reviewing and consideration of recent agreement between City of Central Falls and Prairie Meat Market LLC, doing business as International Meat Market, for the land, property, and building located at 756 and 770 Lonsdale Avenue for $1.
Thank you. I understand, city solicitor, there's been an update, on that, discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. As a result of ongoing negotiations, we would ask if the council could continue this matter for 2 weeks, until November 27th.
I don't see a problem there, correct? I think it is important to, you get it done right, and,
So,
so move it to, 2 weeks from now.
do we have to make a motion to that?
Yes, please.
So I move to continue this matter in 2 weeks.
That's allowed. Any second?
I'll second, please.
Okay, how about the obedience, sir? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
2 weeks, thank you.
Next item on the agenda, item B, under new business, city council sitting on its board of licensing commissioners consideration of petition of licensing. We have a new business, Limited Liquor, La Fruteria Valentina LLC, doing business as La Fruteria Valentina, 590 Dexter Street. The owner is Sheila Diaz, and she is here.
She's here. Hi, good evening. Is that, go ahead, Frank.
Could you please say your name for the record?
My name is Julia Diaz. I'm from Aventura Restaurant. I'm sorry.
So, now read your application here and see that you are looking for a Class B license for liquor, for your restaurant. First of all, I want to thank you for all your business here in the city of Central Falls. I know this plaza had a few businesses and a couple of them are yours. And we thank you for bringing your business to Central Falls.
As everyone know the location and beauty.
That's the place where those Chiconi was before, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly.
There's a new business?
May I ask a question, Council President? Hi, thank you. You folks are all safe certified as far as health department regulations and things like that? There needs to be someone there at all times you're operating who is certified and, by the health department. Is that something that's gonna happen, or do you already have that?
Eso es licencia de seguridad. Se llama CERSAFE. Tiene que estar, una persona tiene que estar definitivamente certificada.
We have the course, and I have a certificate for that.
I just wanna make sure there's someone there when you're open that is certified.
The place is open.
Food,
I
to make
take the
sure.
course.
The
and I
place
have-
is open from about how many months? The restaurants, they have restaurants.
The last year,
Okay,
the last year, like a 1 year ago.
yeah, thank you.
Just make sure there's a someone who can be certified.
Yeah, I bring the certificate.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you. Okay.
We open Tuesday through Sunday, 12.
We are open, supposed to open every day, but now we open, set, Tuesday, Monday to Thursday, and then 12 to 9.
Yeah.
And weekend, 12 to 11.
So Tuesday to Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's no further questions, is there a motion?
I move to approve it.
Public hearing? Public hearing?
Have to decide up for this particular.
We have some comments in the design.
Did sign up?
Was there?
I didn't see it. Yeah,
You all set?
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
I got a
you,
question.
thank you, Stu.
You make sure you get a hot coffee and coffee.
Yeah.
Hot chocolate coffee. I went there before, it wasn't coffee.
No, not going. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
before we
promise
continue with the
this
matter,
time.
Mr. Becerra, we wanna make only comments.
You're all set, you missed up now. Thank you, thank you.
Yes, good evening. Thomas Lazier, I own the property at 555 Dexter Street. I received a notice for the meeting. I'd like an explanation on exactly the liquor licenses for what purpose. I don't understand the business itself, if they could explain the business and the reason for a liquor license. Also, all liquor licenses need to be, the individuals working there have to be tip certified besides the health department. So I know there was a liquor license that was granted right next door to Stanley's Restaurant. It's a pop-up bar or something. I just don't understand what this business is, if you could explain, and why the liquor license. We have many liquor licenses that have been expanded in the city over the last few years. The moratorium on liquor license that was established years ago has been lifted, and a great number of liquor licenses have been approved in the last few years. The Class B limited liquor license here, as I said, I don't have an understanding of exactly what type of business and why the liquor license for that business. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we cleared up the tip certified, I believe that question was already asked.
As ServSafe, and it encompasses a lot of that as well.
But I think all that documentation gets presented to the clerk's office upon any
Yeah.
approval of a license, so I think that question is answered at every single meeting before licenses even come to us.
And, this, the business is a restaurant. They sell
What
food.
kind of restaurant?
I don't think it
Restaurant,
matters
so-
what kind of restaurant, if it's a restaurant, it has an option to get a license for.
Yes, it
liquor
does, that's
license.
why I
So
didn't
that's
know,
why we
I thought it was a
approved
fruit establishment.
No.
No,
it's a restaurant.
I don't understand what type of restaurant, or what type of business it was, that's why,
Get a chance.
Exacto, also escrito on your business, right?
it's across the street, block down.
Yeah.
I received a notice, so.
Yep, a roll call vote.
Councilman Nazarian?
Yes.
Councilman Levassi?
Yes.
Councilman Solano?
Yes.
Councilman Figaro?
Yes.
Councilman Berry?
Yes. Thank you.
Motion passes 5-0.
Being approved, congratulations.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda, under new business, is advertising and consideration of 2023-2024 liquor license renewal. Mr. President, can we please dispense with the reading and bundle for one vote?
Yes. The only, I know the finance director is here. Where police department is represented, and, legal department is here. So with that, I wanna see if there's any one of these licenses, that we might have to flag for this evening. Otherwise, we can approve the entire, list, collectively. So with that, is there any problems, with the police department? Finance, is there any taxes, and do we have any legal issues with it?
If I may, with the finance return in terms of taxes, before these licenses are brought to you, the actor by.
Okay, so that clears up that, check that off. Good evening, Major.
Good evening, Major John Carroll. There's 2 establishments on the liquor license list. I went through the entire list. There's only 2 that we have responded to. I just did this calendar year on multiple occasions, at least 5 occasions for either disturbances, obviously fights, one felony assault, and also 1 overdose. The 2 businesses are Tio Pepe's, 508 Dexter Street, Central Falls, and Monte Cristo Restaurant, 804 Broad Street. 804 Broad Street, Monte Cristo, and Tio Pepe's, during this last year. We've implemented more checks at the businesses to try to alleviate any of the problems that we've had. But those are the only 2 that have stood out.
Hey, you say Tio Pepe in Juárez?
Tio Pepe's Restaurant Monte Cristo. Those are the only 2 businesses on the list that we've repeatedly gone to throughout the 2023 so far. There's one additional item that was forwarded to me by City Solicitor Jurzik in regards to Tio Pepe's. During the week of October 27th, the owner of the property, Mr. Isidore Borrell, contacted the city solicitor, who then contacted me. Mr. Borrell owns the entire property that spans, I believe, 504 through 510, which includes Tio Pepe's. He brought his concerns to City Solicitor Jurzik and myself in regards to his concerns of the people that are now running the bar, in regards to their management style. I've explained to him that most of his complaints, and I believe City Solicitor Jurzik will also echo it, are civil in nature, would not involve the police department. The only one that was brought to my attention that I did share with Mr. Jurzik that isn't criminal, but it's something that obviously bears looking into, is his allegation that the bar was not carrying the proper insurance. Apparently they insure it for the first 10 days after the license is filed, and then supposedly, in his words, then drop it. I do not know this for a fact, because it does not come into the criminal realm, but that would be the only thing that was brought to my attention that I wanted to share with the city council.
Thank you, Major. Thank you very much. City Solicitor.
Mr. President, I just want to piggyback on what the Major said, that after investigating the property owner's claim that the restaurant owner would carry insurance, receive your approval, and then cancel the insurance, I've worked with the city clerk's office and the city clerk in particular to create a form that must be filled out at the time the license is picked up, affirming under the pains and penalties of perjury that they will carry the insurance coverage throughout the year of the license. So thanks to the intervention of that property owner, we've now put a system in place to prevent that from happening. And if they were to violate that, they would be in danger of losing their liquor license.
And have they done that for this?
If you approve their license and they go pick it up, they will then have to sign for it.
Okay, so there's, the only ones we flagged was two businesses, correct? So we can approve collectively every license on these pages except for those. Okay? Therefore,
Rio Pepe and Monte Cristo.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution of the two businesses on the list of
collective.
collectively.
We have a motion by second by Councilwoman Watson and a second. Everyone understand approving all of those two facilities, two licenses? Roll call vote.
Councilman Zeri?
Yes.
Councilwoman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Swan?
Yes.
Councilman Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilman Hurd?
Yes,
Motion passes.
thank you.
Next item on the agenda under consideration of 2023-2024 business license renewals. All right, received. Again, Mr. President, I ask if we could please dispense with the reading and move to the
Mr. President, in line with the prior request for a 2-week continuance, I would just ask if the 2 meat market business licenses be pulled out from that bundle and also continue 2 weeks to the 27th.
Okay, so we have to amend what we just approved.
No, the business license.
Okay, all right, so we'll pull that. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
So, we make a motion to approve. So, what is happening is that Rio Pepe and Monte Cristo, because they will be subject to plan 2 weeks.
No, this is for the international meat market.
What's that?
International meat market.
We already approved.
We approved the liquor license already, now we're on to businesses,
Yeah.
renewals.
Oh.
So we're asking that you dispense the vote as a bundle with the exception of the international.
With that, a motion to accept all but the international meat market, which will be on the agenda in 2 weeks.
So
A motion by Councilman Salamo. Second by Raphael. Again, any further discussion? Understand what we're gonna do? Roll call vote.
Councilman Bezalian?
Yes.
Councilwoman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Solano?
Yes.
Councilman Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilman Perry?
Yes,
Motion passes 5-0.
thank you.
The next item on the agenda under new business is consideration of tax abatement submitted by the tax assessor. Our property owner, Mr. Juan D. Ocampo, years 2017, the property is the 2015 Subaru.
Good evening. Has everyone read the abatement?
Yes.
Fairly self-explanatory. I thank you for your work. Is there any discussion on those two items? With that, looking for a motion to abate the 2 items in front of you. Motion by Councilman Solano. Second by Councilwoman Garcia. I think that you're also. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Next item on the agenda under new business, letter D, hearing and for consideration of claims. Ms. Jill Bixby of 2122 Warwick Ave, apartment 203, Warwick, Rhode Island. I don't believe she's here, so.
just want to discuss quickly with Matt, number one, Lonsdale Avenue, is that a state highway? I believe it is.
Mr. President, that's an excellent question. And, it's a complicated answer, but the gist of it is that it is a state road by definition. However, due to a prior written agreement, for the purposes of construction and maintenance between the Tuckett line and where Lonsdale merges with Dexter, it is required to be maintained by the city of Central Falls.
Okay, that was one. And just looking at the total amount of the claim damage, I think that would go to interlocal anyway. It was a pretty fair amount. It goes to interlocal.
But Mr. Chair, if I understand correctly, it wasn't our responsibility for for what happened, it was another company that would do the work check.
Yeah, I don't think we have to go that far, it's out of our hands, I believe that total amount is out of our hands.
Okay, thank you.
That's what I'm saying.
Mr. President, it is below the deductible of $2,500. The claim is for $2,121. It is the Public Works Director's opinion that the work being done that day was being done by Rhode Island Energy. And so the council could refer the claim to Rhode Island Energy or also could pay all or some portion of her claim.
What was the total amount?
21 change.
That's an interest.
Normally, Mr. President, as you recall, typically claims are not approved unless the applicant is here.
That's another point. I just thought it was out of the city's hands to begin with.
So,
I don't even know if it's a claim for a pothole or just because it was misdirected and hit a bump. If it's a pothole, we gotta let it there also. But, I mean, whatever your pleasure is, if you wanna wait till the claimant comes in before us, that's fine.
Mr. President, I think that would be the best.
Okay, that's fine. We can put it back on that. In 2 weeks, we're back here anyway. If the claimant can be here 2 weeks, I think that would be fair. It was kind of confusing, reading that total. So everyone's okay with moving it 2 weeks. The applicant, and the claimant should be here. Hopefully. All those in favor of such?
Aye. We still need a motion.
A motion to table for 2 weeks the claimant application.
Mr. President, I'll make the motion.
Okay, motion by Councilman Kazarian, second by Raphael. Roll call vote.
Councilman Figueroa,
Yes.
Councilwoman Obasa,
Yes.
Councilman Solano,
Yes.
Councilman Figueroa,
Yes.
Councilman Perry.
Yes,
Motion passes 5-0.
thank you.
Next item on the agenda, new business, item E, petition to the council, Mr. Giovanni Carmona, 63 Pemberton Street, Providence, doing business as Guaro and Tequila, 63 Hamlin. She's requested a 6-month extension on the liquor license renewal.
I know.
So I would like to understand, because he's looking for extension for another 6 months or for renewal of the license?
He's looking to have an extension on his renewal because he hasn't been able to pass his inspections because he's doing work on the property.
May I ask a question?
Sure, absolutely.
Is the 6 months a good time frame for you, or do you think it'll be longer?
Well, I believe it would be enough.
Okay.
I mean, if I have to come in front of the board once again and ask for an extension, I'm
So you're currently open while they're doing construction, is that it?
No, it's
No,
not.
no.
It's not open, it's not open.
Oh. Any other questions?
Yeah, no other questions, I think it's a reasonable request.
Yeah. I don't see a problem, myself don't see a problem. Is there a motion to,
I'll make the motion to extend it 6 months.
I'll second it.
have a motion by Councilman Kazarian, Councilwoman Lavassia to extend the renewal for 6 months. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is scheduled appeals, hearings, and or considerations. Under item A, an ordinance exempting 6 Chases Lane, plat 2, lot 180 from property taxes, so long as the property is owned by Fuerza Laboral. Introduction by Councilman Perry.
No, first message.
So this is
It's in-
introduction.
I thought you introduced it last time. Okay. So introduce.
Next item, under schedules of appeals, hearings, and or consideration, under B, is ordinance amending appendix A of the Code of Ordinance titled zoning regulating self-storage facilities, second reading.
Public hearing open. Public hearing closed. What is your pleasure on this particular ordinance?
I would vote for the ordinance, Mr. President.
Okay.
Same.
We do have 2 motions. A motion by Councilman Kazarian to move the ordinance, seconded by Councilwoman Lavassia. Any further discussion? Roll call vote.
Councilman Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lavassa?
Yes.
Councilman Solano?
Yes.
Councilman Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilman Perry?
Yes,
Motion passes 5-0.
thank you.
Next item on the agenda, under schedule of bills, hearings, and of consideration, ordinance requiring humane pet sales, second reading by Councilwoman Lavassa.
Public hearing open. Public hearing closed. What is your pleasure on this particular ordinance?
I think it worked very well, and I like what was presented, so I would vote to approve.
Thank you, Tim. Anyone else? I like it. Very good.
Second.
We like that.
Sherman will be very proud. Animal control is very good.
We have a motion by Councilman Kazarian, second by Solano. Roll call vote.
Councilman Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lavassa?
Yes.
Councilman Solano?
Yes.
Councilman Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilman Perry?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. The next item on the agenda is adjournment.
Motion by second. No one second.
We don't have to second. No.
No, we got like this second.
Okay.
We stand adjourned, by the way, that clock is,
You're okay.
it's not 10 of 8, we adjourn at 10 of 7. We stand. Can I order the clerk to, fix the call?